comes to this short film, Obscura, I'm going to be completely honest and say I found it to be very intriguing. Firstly, I really enjoyed the visuals we get, especially in the beginning. When it comes to the camera work, I really enjoyed it as they're exploring and somewhat experimenting as this film progresses. We're even getting shots of us, the audience, feeling as if we're a person following this character as he goes to his hotel room. Something I thought was actually quite cool. Now, I personally really enjoyed its choice to make it a black and white film, as I think colour would have made sense, but I think they used the lighting and shadowing so well in this, and it really just adds to that surreal but horror-esque atmosphere they're building. When it comes to the editing, I really enjoyed its choppy flow. We get a normal stance of editing in the very beginning, but then as we get closer and closer towards the end, we get this great montage of very rapid but choppy editing style, which I think worked wonders, if I'm being honest. And then, not only from a visual perspective, but I really loved the sound editing. Whoever did that did a great job, as they really added this cool aesthetic of having alarms and the character's heartbeat as he's feeling very uneased of being in this hotel, and we're somewhat seeing his tension rise and rise the more he enters into this hotel to go to his room. I thought it was a great little thing to add in. Now, to me, the story, while very little, did hook me, as it's just intriguing to follow this character, and as he feels very uneasy about entering into this hotel. That was very hooking to me. Now, when it comes to the ending of this short film, I'm going to say it was slightly strange, as it becomes somewhat a music video with its rapid, choppy editing that you do get in a lot of music videos, and the fact that it has music playing as well. And then when it gets to the actual ending, I'm more baffled, if anything. It made it feel like it was a music video, just somewhat intertwined with what this short film was. Now, I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, that's probably the artist's intention. I'm just saying I just don't quite know how to feel about it, but I would definitely not say it was a bad thing. Now, when it comes to critiques, I do have a few. The first being that in this short film, the camera work, they reusing the same camera angles. Now, this is not something that I usually pick apart, or it doesn't bother me, but when it's in literally the same shot, we get these two shots right next to each other which are identical, and it slightly bothers me. It comes off as slightly lazy, which I don't think that was their intention. And luckily this was only a one-time thing, as throughout the rest of this video we don't have that. We've got a lot of great creative camera angles, like I mentioned earlier. Now, my second critique is about this somewhat peak scene which causes the music video scene in question, and I personally felt like the audio and the visuals weren't mixed together well, because the audio sounds completely off from what is happening in this scene, but again, that's me. And then the VFX which they attempt to do, I felt like it wasn't the greatest. Now, I understand they are students, so I do forgive them for that. No, I'm not expecting high grade editing, it's just a little thing that slightly bothered me. But overall, I really did enjoy this as an experience. We get a lot of great camera work, the acting's not too bad here, I really enjoyed the audio way of editing, and I really kind of like the interpretational plots that they have, as it can be interpreted as this is his anxiety of going to a hotel by himself. There's multiple ways of interpreting it, and I do think that's a very creative way on the artist's point of view. So for that, is this good? I'm going to say it's actually very good. Rating wise, I give it a 6.5 out of 10. Now, when it comes to would I rewatch it, I'd actually say yeah, I would. Not only for the visual and audio editing, which is great, but also because there's a song which really works well with the credits, and it's actually a song I've begun to like, so thank you, Ben Wettens. When it comes to recommendations, the main one I would recommend is Ben Wettens himself. He makes some really intriguing and artistic short films, mostly college projects with Dean Ferris, who I mentioned in my last video, but at the same time he does his own independent thing, which again I think is really cool. It's not just short films though, he does music videos as well. Those are my recommendations. This has been my review for the short film Obscura. Thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed, please like and subscribe, not only to me but to Ben as well. But most importantly, thank you and have a nice day.